Yo, what is up? Hope you're doing really well today. Welcome to the Creative Timetable Show. This is the 5-minute show helping you grow from shy creative to confident creative. So, I just got a haircut, feeling good, the vibes are on point. Today's topic is about perfectionism, why perfectionism prevents us from growing, how to overcome perfectionism, and a couple of actions you can take after this episode to help you know when your work is good enough. I've definitely spoken about this topic back in episode 21, which you can go ahead and check that out. The card will appear on screen. But I feel this is a barrier that we all struggle with no matter what stage you are in your creative journey. So I may revisit this topic from time to time so that you are reminded that you don't need to create perfect work 100% of the time. One of the great things that I'm seeing within the last couple of months, this year in fact, is there are a huge amount of creators in the small internet sphere that I'm in who are simply creating and publishing. Whether that's a daily visual, which a shout out the daily visual community and Craig Burgess, or writers in the Ship 30 for 30 group. It just seems creatives are enjoying the act of publishing content online. And that's energizing to witness. But I know for some, seeing all this sea of work is overwhelming. And instead of focusing on your own creations, your energy is being spent on how you can create the same rate as this person and asking yourself, why isn't my work look as great as this person's? What I like to say is action beats intent. The idea is you gather momentum by just creating something and you continue this momentum every day. So then the question asked is, how do you know your work is good enough? In the beginning, it's really up to you to decide. Remember, perfect work is subjective. And if you're holding back from sharing your work, the best thing you can do is time box when you create, apply 1 or 2 constraints, publish, and let the audience decide whether that work is good or not. Also, at the rate people consume on social, there's a high chance that your work won't even be seen. What matters is that you've put something out into the digital world. Trying to create the perfect graphic, visual, or product only prevents you from sharing work and the opportunity to get feedback. Because you'd be surprised at what people react to. Either people won't notice the small details you agonized over, or people absolutely love a piece you thought was whack. It's all open for interpretation. Either you attract or you be ignored. However, what is comforting to hear is we're all learning. No one really ever has it figured out. Someone will always know less than you, and you can be that person they follow and be inspired if you simply just put stuff out there and just ship work even if it's imperfect. The confident creatives are the ones learning, getting feedback, having tough conversations and iterating upon their work. To be able to create something that's good enough, you may need to step away from social media, because social media is one of the best tools for promoting your work, but it's also the worst tool for destroying your confidence. But confident people don't quit. Even if a piece of work doesn't get the traction or engagement, that's really not the point. The goal is to reach a better version of yourself rather than seek going viral or seek attention. Confident creatives and confident people in general reframe failure as an opportunity to grow, and the bad work are just lessons. What might be hard to hear is skills can take years to develop and improve, but you can't underestimate the experience of just creating something every day. What you should care about is that you created something and that's good enough. Our past selves, as a 8 to 10 year old or even younger, all would care about is doing. It was less about creating a perfect piece of work and more about just being creative. There was value in creating bad work. The act of putting ideas onto paper in of itself is good enough work. And a Twitter friend of mine, his handle is @VigNotes, we chatted briefly on this topic about being good enough. And he nailed it by saying you need to ignore the voice in your head and keep going. And that's it, just keep going. I realized before recording, it's also been a while since I ended episodes with 3 action points for you. So to tie everything together, here are 3 action points for you to think about right now. So 1 is pay less attention on the outcome. Instead, focus on just getting started. 2 is quality of work does matter, but to get to quality, you need to increase the amount of crap work. And I talked about this topic, which you can check out too, but just keep going, keep creating more crap work. And lastly, compare yourself to your past work. There's value in seeing how far you've come, and the sheer amount of work can be just enough confirmation to know you're doing well. And that is it for today's episode of the Creative Time Chamber. For some reason, this one flew by. It didn't even feel like 5 minutes, but I hope there was something useful for you today. And if it was, give this video a thumbs up. And until then, take it easy. This is the Creative Time Chamber, where you enter shy and leave a more confident creative.